If you are thinking that you can score between 400 to 500, 550, then you should take the step of doing MBBS abroad. How dare you to think of sending her to abroad for her studies? This is not the right thing. She can do anything, BSc or B Pharma in India. And there are no such issues that Russia is expensive, Ukraine is expensive. There are some benefits if it is expensive.
Any hidden truth or gray area of your university?
Darkest truth that in our universities the practical knowledge is given at a very low level.
You need to learn Russian or Kyrgyz language skills so that you can treat
If you want your practical knowledge to the fullest, universities do matter.
I will say look at your budget and then opt for university.
If your wills are greater than your skills, then no one can stop you from being successful.
It's a big story. You can watch that.
The traveler inside you is happy na that you traveled and you studied at the same time and now you cleared your FMG. अगर by chance हमारा एग्जाम नहीं निकला होता, ठीक है, तो सब हमारे पीठ पीछे बातें कर रहे होते कि देखो घूम रहे हैं ये लोग तो.
Indians are Indians. They will judge according to the latest FMG pattern.
50 questions, 50 minutes, and after that you can't go back to those 50 questions.
Welcome to the podcast episode number 3, and today I am having with me is a very special guest, and she's a doctor like me only, of course, like colleague, and she's Dr. Ravina Ahuja. She did her MBBS from Kyrgyzstan, Osh State Medical University, and today the motive of this podcast is that I wanted a girl student perspective of MBBS at abroad. So this podcast is all about it. Of course, she has passed her FMG Jan 2024 with 180 marks. But I guess I had a lot of podcasts upon the preparation strategies and everything. So I won't be repeating much. All girls can see this video. Of course, boys can also. Here we go. Over to you, Dr. Ravina.
Hi Chinmay, thank you. Hi Dr. Chinmay, and thank you for having me here. And it was like I was so excited for this podcast because this is my very first podcast with one of my colleague, I can say, right? So let's see how it turns, and I'm so excited for this.
My first question is here for you. So, what's your perspective of MBBS abroad being a girl? And why I'm asking this question, because from past few months I'm getting a lot of messages from parents on Instagram as well as on WhatsApp about girl safety and education system at abroad. You can elaborate it according to your experiences from first to sixth year, and in between, if I wanted to add something, I can add as a question in that. So over to you.
Thank you for asking me this question, and this is the most frequently asked question to me as well from so many girls out there and their parents as well. So the living example and live example is in front of them. I'm a single girl child of my parents, and they had that courage that they sent me abroad for doing MBBS. And it's like I was very stubborn. I thought that I have to do MBBS, and I told my parents that please let me do it, and I don't want to waste 1 year of mine in preparation for doing that NEET UG. So that was my perspective at that time, and I will also suggest the people who are watching this video, if you have that confidence that you can score more than 650 in NEET UG, then you can go ahead for the drop. But if you are thinking that you can score between 400 to 500, 550, then you should take the step of doing MBBS abroad. And being a girl, I didn't face any kind of safety means problems over there. Means I was completely safe in Kyrgyzstan, as I have studied from Osh, Kyrgyzstan. So I will be clearly telling you that that there is the surety that if you are sending your girl child to Kyrgyzstan or any other country for doing MBBS abroad, these countries are really safe for girls. So over to you, Chinmay.
Okay, so that's very nicely put by you. So I want to add is that what was your parents' reaction when you decided to go abroad for MBBS? Asking this because it's still difficult for Indian parents to send their girl child abroad, because Indian woman or Indian girl is in a frame of what we will say in a frame of perspectives or stereotypes. So what's your take on that?
Actually, I'm feeling nostalgic right now because all the memories, all the flashback came in front of my eyes. It was the year of 2017, and I literally know the exact words of my parents and my relatives that you have single girl child, and then how dare you to think of it, like sending her to abroad for her studies? And is that possible for you both guys to stay here alone when she'll go abroad? And means for career, you are just means you are just thinking rubbish. This is not the right thing you should choose. This is not the right thing. She can do anything, BSc or B Pharma in India. But my perspective from starting was like, I always wanted to be that extraordinary girl. Matlab, the real thing is, I want to just separate myself from the crowd. Every time my thinking was like that. If everyone is thinking on the same path, my thinking was completely different at every point of view, means in my life also. So maybe that was the thing which took me there for doing MBBS. And I was like, I told my parents, I'll do MBBS from abroad, otherwise I'll not do it. That was very, very clear from my end. And they were like, okay, if you are insisting so much, then we can't deny you. So they told me that, okay, fine, just go. If you want to do, you will not agree with us. And now it's like they feel that the decision which you took was perfect. And to be very honest, my mom supported me in everything. Means my mom stood by my side and she said that no, my daughter wants to become a doctor, and this is the another way to become a doctor. Then okay, if she wants, I'll support her. She can be. And
Okay.
now I am.
That's great. It's great because always, but it's rarely that mom supports a girl, because I guess dad's that like girl's child is like dad.
No, in my home the opposite thing is going on. But now my father also supports me, and the biggest thing is, I want to share with you all and with you as well, that yesterday I got Mahatma Gandhi Medical College for my internship in Rajasthan. In Rajasthan it is, and means I am very happy that 10, 12, 15, 12 years ago, my father was doing a private job in that hospital. And when I went to this hospital with him, it was a very different feeling. And he was so proud that finally my daughter showed everyone that she can achieve anything in her life. And that was the biggest moment for me yesterday. I also shared one reel on that.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's great. So that was a great message for all of female juniors there, as well as for like males also, because sometimes it happens in India that okay. So moving on to
Exactly.
next. Yeah. So moving on to the next question of mine is that now coming to your university, because I have found your university offers a 5-year course for MBBS, which is a golden opportunity for everyone. So please elaborate some pros and cons of Osh State Medical University. Were you a 5-year course student or 6-year? And why have you chosen Kyrgyzstan? Like any particular reason or any hidden opportunity there you have seen that time? And I will add one more question to it later. Just you can start.
Okay, so the biggest myth is that the course is now in 5th year. No, to be very honest, when I was there, means my batch was 2017 batch, and I was in the 6-year course. Okay, 6-year program was there, and when our first year was about to complete, at that time one rule came that now the course will be of 5 years. But the NEET qualifying marks are mandatory. But till our time, that was not mandatory. At our time, eligibility certificate was more than enough. So the junior batch of us, when we were in 2nd year, the students who came in 1st year, those students were having 5 year of course, and for 3 years that rule was applicable. But now, to be very honest, now the 6-year program has been started once again. If now someone takes admission in Osh State University, Kyrgyzstan, then the course is of 6 years.
Okay, that's great, because a lot of students were like just running behind Kyrgyzstan. So was your state was expensive or a little bit cheap? Because there is a myth regarding that doing MBBS from particular area, it's very like little less expensive than other, like Russia. It was more expensive according to the myths. I want to just have the reality from you, and other expenses, how you manage it.
So to be very honest, I have been through main cities in Kyrgyzstan like Osh, Jalalabad, Bishkek, and the main thing which I found was the expenses are means similar to India only. For example, if you talk about the food items, everything is available in Osh, Kyrgyzstan. Means you can say flour, rice, dal, spices, everything is available there. So the prices are almost same, and there are no such issues that it is more expensive or kind of that. But yeah, I have heard from one of my friends that Russia is expensive, Ukraine is expensive. But yeah, Uzbekistan, I have been through Uzbekistan, so over there also the expenses are almost similar to India. So there are no such issues, I must say.
Okay, what about tuition fees? I was like asking about tuition fees. Like, is it like for example, my university fees is like now 5 lakh rubles, which is near around 6 lakh rupees per year. For now, our batch was different. Our batch we had like 4 lakhs rubles, which come to 5 lakh rupees. So what about your university?
So the thing is, when I went at that time for 1 year, it was 1.5 lakh tuition fees only. But now it has turned into 2.5 or 3 lakhs approx, because the time has changed. Our batch was 6 years back, right? So in 6 years, so many things have changed. So that is their right to increase the fees according to the time. But the thing is, now if overall we talk about the fees for first year, it's approx 8,000 USD. You can just calculate it in INR. It's approx like that only, and the rest charges are different. So now the procedure is this.
I guess it's same every year. Like you have said, 8,000 USD, so pretty much same. And probably it's much expensive than Russia. Okay, so not a problem.
But one more thing I want to add. There are some benefits if it is expensive. There are some benefits. There are some scholarship programs going on in our university now. They have started. There are some giveaways going on, and there are so many things which are extra if the fees is more. So that is what I want to say. Over to you.
Same with my university. We also have scholarships and different co-curricular activities. Like we send students to other state for competition and everything. Like
same things are going on in Kyrgyzstan as well.
I want to add one more thing to it, is like any hidden truth or gray area of your university, because a lot of students get misguided due to sugar coating that have been done by a lot of YouTubers from different universities abroad.
Yeah, one thing you will also agree with me that practical knowledge is really very low in the abroad. Means if we talk about MBBS in abroad, this is the very means darkest truth that in our universities the practical knowledge is given at a very low level. You also know that if we compare to India, but theoretically we study all the Indian author books in our universities. You'll also agree to it. So the thing is, there are some pros and cons of doing MBBS abroad, and this is the main cons. I can say that the practical knowledge is less. But the best part is when we clear our FMG in our internship duration, we can learn everything. Like we can have the practical knowledge equal to the IMG, and that is the most important thing. When we come into practice, we know everything. So means during our college life, this is the thing which we face, but after clearing FMG, we can overcome this problem also.
Okay, I agree like 50% to you, but there must be something programs regarding. They must be showing you surgeries or allowing you to assist some surgeries there. Maybe I don't. Like,
yeah.
Was there something like that?
To be very honest, the thing is, our hospital duties are there. Okay, we are shown the surgeries, but the main problem is that if we communicate with the older people or the patients over there is one language issue. Okay, and we know that language, but with fluency we can't just talk to the patient. So that is the main thing. So that what is a barrier between a patient and a doctor over there. Okay, so that is what the difference is. Otherwise, the things which I am talking about are the same going on in your university, like hospital duties. And if you want, you can go in the summertime when we come back to India. At that time, you can join the hospitals over there and you can do the practice, and teachers guide you really well. It's up to you completely.
So,
like
of
that.
course, so gist of this question, like answer, I will say you need to learn Russian or Kyrgyz language. Like you should be at par in your language skills so that you can treat
If
patients.
you want your practical knowledge to the fullest.
Yeah. So that was the same with me because I was assisting my professors and like doing surgeries. So that's what I'm asking. So is it same there also because it's like very different region, Kyrgyzstan, Russia. So okay, so that was nice.
One thing I want to clear that means earlier these countries were
Yeah,
means
USSR.
not different. Yeah, it was included in the USSR. So the culture, the language, the people over there are almost same. Okay, so there are not such issues faced by the student.
So this is the very frequent question I am getting from my third year of studies. Like, do university matters? You can elaborate your perspective, and I will add my points too.
I must say that universities do matter. Literally, it's like I am a graduate of O State University, and it was the great journey of mine over there, and I learned so many things. Okay, and it's like there are so many other countries also, there are so many other universities also, but the thing OSH offers is not offered by many other out there, because I have you can say during my coaching days I was in touch with so many students of different universities: Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, Philippines. I have friends over there in every university, and if I tell them about my university, if I show them, then they tell me that these things are not in our university, these things are lacking. So I am lucky to be the part of O State University. So that is what my perspective is, but I won't say that other universities are bad, but there are so many things to be improved in them.
Okay, I agree. So there will be like little plus and minuses here and there. So
Exactly.
yeah. So, but still, I will say, if you are from a very middle class background or low middle class background, then I will suggest you all guys to look at your budget also, because budget matters a lot. Because after coming here, you have to pass one exam, that's FMG. Probably it will be becoming a next after a few years. But I will say, look at your budget and then opt for university. Don't just look at me like I had from Kazan, or she did it from Osh. Just going like blind following should not be there. Just I want to add it. Elaborate your study routine of 6 years plus last 6 months what you did, and you can add your like some shortcuts or pro tips, as we say, an easy way to tackle these all 19 subjects. Point by point.
In my college days, I was using Prepladder. So I also did self-study at that time. Already I completed 11, 12 subjects over there till my last year, but that confidence was lacking. So for that confidence, I joined coaching. So self-study is also the best.
I agree, because I was the same.
And ultimately, after two or 3 months of coaching, you have to do self-study. Ultimately, okay. So we also did the same.
And so it's on your own. Like coaching will be just like a guiding light for you, not much more than that.
I have some short sweet points ready for you guys. First of all, use sticky notes while learning. Okay, sticky notes help you a lot. Like if you are thinking that this point you can forget in future within 2 or 3 days, just write it down and just stick it in front of your study table. That will help you. Second thing I will say, that if I talk about my preparation during my college days, I was very busy in extracurricular activities, but I was also active in my Olympiads also. Some people are like, you were very active during your college days in all the extracurricular activities, not academics. I want to clear this thing, that I was also active in academics as well. I also was our team won the first prize in internal DC's Olympiad also. So, from the first year onwards, I was active in everything. Means I don't want to be behind in the academics as well. So I was having that thing in my mind that I have to clear this exam at any cost. Okay, because there are so many pressures which we can't show you are going in our head, that we have to do so many things in life after clearing this exam, and life turns out to be really great after clearing. Okay, so guys, please be serious about your studies. I won't say that just spoil your college life, or don't just bother about these things and just focus on studies. I'll never suggest like this. I will always tell my juniors that be active in everything. Okay, and the students who are multi-talented, who can do everything, like if they are active in extracurricular activities, if they are good in studies, literally their chances of clearing FMG increases. This is my point of view. Okay, so two main points I cleared it, and third thing is, for my 6 months of journey, I joined one of the coaching. I won't take the name because there are so many coachings which are best at their level. So you have to, once again I will say, in coaching also you have to look about your budget. If you are not having more budget, you can just join NMS. Next, these small coachings are there who are offering you great faculties, and you can join those coachings. Okay, and in that coaching also studies are great and the passing percentage is good. Okay, in less amount. Okay, and there are some other coachings as well, they charge you higher, but the thing is their passing percentage is also good. Okay, so there is no such comparison. It just depends on your budget. Okay, so third thing about the coaching, the myth I cleared. Fourth thing I want to say, that if you are in your college life and you have completed 13 subjects, okay, till last year, then you should opt the option of self study. If you haven't completed more than 13 subjects, or you have completed just 10, 11 subjects, don't just waste your time and just join the coaching after coming back to India. And that is what the best idea I can give it to you. And yeah, over to you. That's all I want to tell everyone.
That's great, guys. The same thing, like I have observed from this, from first question till last question, I have observed the one thing is common in this, like it's your willpower, what you want to do or not. Like it's your dream.
Yes. One thing I want to add. One thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's like, if you guys are having less skills inside you, and if you have the willpower, okay, that is a very means great saying, that if your wills are greater than your skills, then no one can stop you from being successful. So that is what my success mantra was. That if although I was having so many skills, but at the same time I was willing really harder to just nourish my that skills, and now you can see that means we guys are doing great in our life after clearing FMG, and will not flaunt, but really it is honor for me to to visit Kyrgyzstan twice after clearing FMG. I guess this is the I have made history in that in decade, or I guess in my university I'm the first ever student who went to Kyrgyzstan twice after clearing FMG. So life turns out to be really great if you do great things and you do hard work and smart work altogether.
Yeah, that's what I was like that's what I wanted to add. Like it's your dream, you have to do and you will do for sure, and that's it. You have to manifest, believe, and make it happen always. And same story with me, because I was in many things, like part-time jobs, like I don't want to. This is her podcast, so I don't want to add much. But it was hectic for me.
You can add. I want to hear.
Okay. So I was doing like 10 to 17 hour shift for me, and then earning, and then going for I was one of the student who traveled a lot, I would say. So it's a big story. You can watch that.
The traveler inside you is happy na, that you traveled and you studied at the same time, and now you cleared your FMG. So this is the thing which I have noticed, that the students who are active in so many things and who are doing great in their passion also, their profession supports them. Like seriously, we cleared FMG, right? So those students who are active in everything na, their probability of passing this exam increases.
Because they have the little push behind, because so that's
exactly. Otherwise, one thing I want to say, that if अगर by chance, in Hindi I will say this, अगर by chance हमारा एग्जाम नहीं निकला होता, ठीक है, तो सब हमारे पीठ पीछे बातें कर रहे होते कि देखो घूम रहे हैं ये लोग, तो घूमते घूमते एग्जाम भी नहीं निकला, ये तो यहाँ पे बस एंकरिंग करते रह गए, ये तो यहाँ पे डांस करते रह गए, सिंगिंग करते रह गए, इसीलिए इनका नहीं निकल रहा. ठीक है, तो सबको पीछे से बातें बनानी है एंड हमने सबका मुंह बंद कर दिया, ठीक है. So that is what my message to everyone is that those who all are watching this video, just do great. If you have some kind of passion, if you have some interest or hobbies, just follow that things also in life. Okay, those things also have importance in your life with your academics.
So
Over to you.
okay, summing up this is like there was one girl who messaged me a few days before. She was going through a rough patch. She was saying, "So I'm feeling very lonely. It's been 3 years here at Russia, and I couldn't do anything. I'm feeling very lazy, like this." So I just said one thing: there is a very thin line between being lonely and getting rid of it. So just you have to push yourself a little bit, travel a lot. Why I'm saying this? After 6th year, you will regret. Everyone will regret. You can't go again because you had a golden chance of going there. You don't need to pay interstate visas and you don't need to pay much for tickets. Being at Russia, being here, it's very costly to go back again. But now we can go. We will go, of course, but after some days. That's what I'm saying. Just follow your heart and don't get disheartened by other people's sayings or what they say. Indians are Indians. They will judge, and so we can't do anything in that. According to the latest FMG pattern, what the changes we have seen. Or do you think it will be much difficult for upcoming students, or it will be easy? Because as I am seeing, it's a time-bounded section. You have to be more decisive in choices. Otherwise, you are done.
Okay, the thing is, if you know how to manage time, then you are the winner in this game. If you don't know how to manage time properly, and if you are the one who just keep the questions on review and will see later wala scene, then you are at risk right now, to be very honest, because this thing has been cleared by the NB that 50 questions, 50 minutes, and after that you can't go back to those 50 questions. Okay, and if you have some doubt in that 50 questions, that these questions you have to just look onto them once again. And if you are lack of the time, like if you completed your exam in 50 minutes or 45 minutes, you just have 5 minutes to go through all those questions, and you have to just click review later wala sign. You have to just unselect it, and then you have to move forward. So yeah, if you know how to manage time, then as I said, you are a winner. So my biggest means fear is that only, because during my time it was like 150 questions, 150 minutes. I completed my 150 questions in 142 minutes. I had only 8 minutes extra, and that too there was some glitch going on. Means I was having, means they come in between, they take your thumbprints, they take your photo. So 1 to 3 minutes, 5 minutes were gone in that only. So in short, I didn't got time to review all the questions which I already attempted. So my mind was clear that I don't want to put any questions in review later wala scene. Okay, so my advice to you is that if you are seeing one question on your screen, the thing which your mind is saying that yeah, this answer should be the one, you just put it. Don't do any review later, just come to the next question. That is what will save you in this exam now. Okay, because they are just means creating so many levels higher for you, so that the passing percentage should be less. But FMGs are the born fighters, so you have to cope up with this problem also, and you have to show that if you are increasing your level to this level, FMGs are on this level. So that is what I want to say.
Okay. So in this case, we were lucky that we had chance to save some time, but now it's not. Yes. But still, no need to lose hope, because even if the like time bound sections are there, but the questions will be same, and again the knowledge will be same. You have to be little decisive in your choices. That is, you should be precise. Mark once your first intuition, that's your answer. Don't change it. Don't keep anything for review, and you will get through this exam. So that's a great advice.
Yes, and there are so many grand tests going on right now, I have seen, which are in the same pattern which NB will organize. So you can practice those GTs, means grand test or the mock test.
Yeah, and one more thing, there are free mock test on NB website. Don't forget to give that. Okay, so let's move on to last question. That is, what are you missing now being at India? And any special message for students who want to pursue MBBS abroad? message for students who didn't clear FMG recently or who are trying it again and again and seeing a lot of failures?
I want to say that I'm not missing Kyrgyzstan at all because it's like a home to me. I have been there after clearing FMG twice, as I told you earlier. So now I don't feel like I am missing my college days, and I am looking forward to my internship, which I am going to start on 15th in Mahatma Gandhi College. So it's like I'll be living my college life once again for 1 year because interns are like that only, na. So I'll be making new friends, new people will be joined with me. So it's like I'm not missing those days now. Earlier, that thing was in my mind that Osh is being missed as hell. Special message for the upcoming batches or the juniors or the colleagues or the super seniors who are watching this video is that just work on manifestation. To be very honest, I manifested my life, which I am living right now. Okay, and I honestly didn't knew the meaning of word manifest 7 or 10 years back. Okay, but I was like, in my mind, I was just thinking my future like this, like I'm living this day of my life, and this is what is going to happen with me next. Few things were really bad experience for me, but few things turned out to be really great for me. The second thing is always look your challenges as if you have got the opportunity, and my thing is keep yourself very positive. Your positive aura will attract so many people out there. Okay, and automatically the toxic people will be filtered out from your life. Be positive.
That's great talking with you, Ravina, Dr. Ravina. So the gist of this question, the gist of this answer was like this: manifest, believe, and make it happen. That's the motto of my channel also. So you have to be positive and just keep going. Don't think much. So thank you, Ravina, for coming and joining my channel, Earthly Existence. I hope you enjoyed the time and didn't get bored by my questions. And that's it, I
Not
guess.
at all. It
Yeah.
was great experience with you, and you are really great by nature. And it was our first conversation, and it was really very comfortable with you. Thank you so much for calling me here.